Hey y'all, what's up? I'm here for Black Ink Crew Chicago, season 3, episode 7. I apologize for this video being late. I got caught up on a homework assignment last night and it was pure hell and pure aggravation. And by the time I got finished with it, I was over it and I carried my ass to sleep. So yeah, that's why this video is late, y'all. I apologize about that. But the episode starts out with, the crew being at the shop or whatever, and they're, talking about the night before and everything, when Jen brought old boy to Ford's show or whatever. And they know they're trying to figure out like why a big brawl had broke out or whatever. Like they knew that it stemmed from Van pushing the old boy or whatever, but they don't understand like what all was happening from there. And like I told y'all last week, I was confused about that big brawl or whatever. So pretty much they're confused, I'm confused, nobody knows. Okay, so later on, Don, he's the official piercer, for 9 mag or whatever. Sydney Star comes through, and you guys know that Sydney Star is a well-known transgender in the LBGT community. And Don, he was looking kind of excited at first when he saw her and everything, but that excitement quickly turned into being terrified when Sydney claims that she was there to get her penis pierced or whatever, and they all looking like, say what? Now I don't know if she still has her man part or not, but I did like this when she said that because of the simple fact that you guys know last week when I was telling y'all about people getting their nipples pierced, that shit kind of just makes me cringe because that shit look like it hurt. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing when people talking about getting their penises or, their vaginas pierced or whatever. Like, I cringe because that shit sound like it hurts. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, when she said that shit at first. But, like I said, she was just playing. She tells Don, no, I'm here to get my belly button pierced. And, instant relief comes over his face or whatever. Now, I'm not going to lie. I would have been kind of leery letting Don pierce me because of the fact that, he's not experienced and everything. I'm not going to lie. I would have been kind of leery. I would have been kind of nervous because, he's new to this. So then we get Jen and Van. They meet up like, it's nighttime or whatever. And I think they met up in like some parking lot or something. And, he tells her like, when I said I needed space, I meant on the marriage talk or whatever. And, I knew that that's what Van meant and everything, but I understand I understand how Jen feels too, but she's telling him, like, take off your shades when you talking to me or whatever. Like, I'm a lady and all this other stuff. And, he, gives her that respect and he's asking, did she fuck old dude? And she's, asking, him, why are you worried about shit for? You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you what you wanted or whatever. And, like I said, I understand where Jen is coming from because it's like, I mean, that space shit is so fucking dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, like she said, they've been together for 8 years and you sitting up here talking about space and shit like that. Like, no, that shit is not cool. And I've told you guys, those of you who've been watching me for a minute, you guys know that I, was in an off and on relationship and, that shit is not cool or whatever. And like, any relationship that I'm in from here on out ain't gonna be no breaking up, getting back together, no space, no breaks or whatever. Cause if any of that about to go down, we might as well just break the fuck up. Shit, you need space, take your ass out there on the motherfucking couch somewhere, okay? Like, I understood where she was coming from with that. But I'm not gonna lie. She does kind of go above and beyond to prove her point to Van and everything. But like I said, I understand. I understand, where she's coming from or whatever. And he claims how he misses her or whatever, this, that, and the third. And, and she's like, you're the reason why we're in this space now, whatever, this, that, and the third. And he's like, oh, so it's all my fault. And he's, he starts hollering at her, talking about something. All I needed was some space from the marriage talk. That's it, whatever, whatever. She's pretty much done with the whole conversation and she's done with him right about now. So, uh that was that with them. Then we're back at Nine Mag or whatever. Charmaine talks about how she's sexually frustrated. Her dude is out of town, and her mom is still in town. And not only that, she's been sleeping in her bed with her, so she can't even pull out, the old dildo to, get off if she wanted to right now. So then four, he brings up, Janelle and everything, like that whole situation about when he met her or whatever. And the gang is telling him, you need to get that Dana, because this shit sounds real shifty and real shiftless, and we don't trust it. So, he's saying how Janelle's mom is coming in town from LA or whatever. And, Nikki, she still ain't fucking with the bitch and everything. And, they show a flashback of Nikki asking old girl, like, did you get that Dana? And, Janelle's like, no, there's no Dana and everything. And, yeah. So, Charmaine and Danielle, they talk about their experience about not growing up together or whatever. But then, somebody mutual between them. Did they say it was another family member or something? Somebody got them together or whatever, and it was like either they was going to be best friends or it wasn't going to be nothing. And and they was telling him, pretty much you never know what could happen from this experience and everything. So they're pretty much encouraging him to go for it or whatever. So next thing speaking of cousins, Lily, she comes in and she talks about, how she's not getting along with her cousins or whatever, because she comes home late and, she be all fucked up or whatever. And, she gets it because, she's not a mom or whatever, and they are moms and everything. And, she knows that it's just not going to work out. She's going to have to move out soon. So, they talk about, her moving in with Junior and everything. And, Junior like, hey, hold on, pump y'all motherfucking brakes, okay? Like, we taking this shit one day at a time. And so, Cobra, she hops on the opportunity. And she's like, well, I got 2 extra beds. You can come, stay with me or whatever. So, it's a sealed deal. Lily is going to move in with Cobra. But quickly, how shit is going to escalate next week between those two, okay? But anyway, so then we get Charmaine and her mom or whatever at Charmaine's apartment. Her mom had fun. She had fun at the shop. She's very fond of Van, but she was like her old lady friends. They're obsessed with 4 or whatever. And next thing she talks to Charmaine about her health or whatever, and she talks about her being on hypertension medication for years, and how it's gotten to her kidneys, and she's at stage 4 of kidney failure or whatever. And she's pretty much like, when you get to stage 5, you have to be put on dialysis. And I just felt so bad for Charmaine in this moment because I'm close with my mom as well, and if my mom was to tell me some information like that, I would break down and cry too, the way Charmaine did, because that shit is scary. You know what I'm saying? And Charmaine only being 27 years old, I definitely understand where she's coming from. Her not having no kids yet and everything, and she wanted her mom to be there when she does have kids and all this other stuff. And Charmaine, she's, saying to her mom, like, why didn't you tell me or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And, because her mom told her that it started 2 years ago. And she was like, well, it didn't really register in my head until, the doctor told me that I'm at stage 4 and everything. And, her mom is, pretty much trying to tell her not to worry, to, stay positive and, let's build memories together. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I felt really bad for Charmaine, and I understand because, like I said, I'm close with my mom, and yeah, I really felt, I really had some emotion behind that when she with that scene or whatever. So then we get Lily and Cobra. Lily has officially moved in, and then she starts talking about sex on the balcony or whatever. And, Cobra, she's, liking this conversation because, you could tell she kind of got, it seemed like she got a little crush on Lily or whatever. And, Cobra is noticing, Lily's paintings or whatever, and how she paints a lot of naked people or whatever. And she was like, "Yeah, I do." And she was like, I want to paint you naked one day or whatever. I think it would be fun or whatever, this, day, and the third. And, Cobra asks, she asks Lily, are her and Junior committed or whatever. And Lily is like, I mean, yeah, we are. And instantly, Cobra seemed disappointed when she heard that shit or whatever. I was like, oh, Cobra. Kobe. But, yeah. Damn, I lost where I was at. Okay, yeah. So, Cobra, she starts talking about, the fact, the reason why she left her last relationship, because she was like on a downward spiral and everything. So she decided to try out women or whatever. And Lily is like, have you ever been with a woman before? And, Cobra is like, well, yeah, kind of. And Lily is like, I dated this girl one time or whatever, and I was in love with her. And, Lily is, telling her this information. Cobra scheming in her head like, what? You been with women before? Okay. And, Lily is saying how her mom, walked in on her and the girl or whatever in the act, and, her mom just walked out the room or whatever. So, they make a toast to, being roommates or whatever. And, yeah, Lily starts talking about, walking around the house naked. I said, girl, don't do that around Cobra, okay? So, anyways, we get Charmaine and her mom again. Her mom, made a bucket list or whatever, and she wants to do this thing, flying through the air on this trapeze or whatever. And Charmaine is scared at first, but the mom agrees to get a tattoo or whatever, and Charmaine does this. So Charmaine does it, it's cool. And then her mom chickens out on flying through the air at the last minute. And, I was like, well, dang, like, you just left Charmaine hanging or whatever. But, yeah, that was that with them. It was really cute seeing them bond or whatever. Then we get Ashley and Dawn. They get nasty, okay? Like, nasty, like sex nasty, okay? She's been wanting more sex ever since, she's been home with, their son or whatever. Don, he's been tired lately, working 2 jobs or whatever. He's like, he needs a cat nap. And, Ashley is like that she's not taking no for an answer. So he better get his gear in motion and, put in this work, okay? So, yeah, that was that with them. And then we're back at 9mag, and Charmaine and her mom, they come through to get matching tattoos or whatever. And they're gonna get butterflies or whatever, because Charmaine's grandma used to love them or whatever. And the mom tells Four, like, all right, Four, this is my first tattoo, and I ain't getting no cover up, so you better do this shit right. I was like, I know that's right, Mom. So, then we get Four and Don. They go to meet up with Janelle or whatever, at Janelle's house. So, Don can meet Janelle's mom. Don's still not feeling this shit. The mom's is not there or whatever, but she claims that her mom should be on her way. And then 30 minutes go by. She calls the mom or whatever. It goes to voicemail. And, she gets like a text from the mom saying, I can't do this. Like, I'm not ready to meet him or whatever. Four, he's pissed off. He's going off on Janelle, which is understandable because, he's expecting to, meet your mom and everything, the person that, might be his aunt or whatever. And, she done left him hanging. You know what I'm saying? Like, you promised him this shit, and, y'all leaving him out there to dry, and he feels like this is the same shit with his dad all over again. So he's over it. Him and, Don leave, and, that's that with them. And then we're back at 9mag. They're doing the charity event or whatever, passing out bags to the homeless. They make 500 sandwiches. And, I thought that was cool or whatever, there's been other times that we've seen them do, charity work on this show or whatever. So I thought that was really cool of them to do. And then later on, they're in for the turn up, okay? So Don, he's sleep. The poor baby tired. He been working so hard to, appease Ashley and everything. So he over there slumped on the couch or whatever. They're all having a nice time. Nikki's there. Next thing you know, Janelle pops up. And somebody, I don't, was it Danielle or Charmaine? One of them was like, are you here to get a tattoo or something? And she was like, no, I'm Forrest's cousin and everything. Nikki is instantly annoyed or whatever, which is understandable because Forrest had told her about what happened or whatever. And, she goes to the back where Forrest is at or whatever. And Forrest like, I mean, what are you doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know what to say to you right now. I think you should leave. Nikki, she goes to the back to talk to Janelle. She's asking Janelle, like, I mean, what's good? You know what I'm saying? And she's like, like, where are the receipts? Because you coming off like a real groupie, like, for real. You know what I'm saying? And, Janelle said something. I don't remember what the hell she said, y'all. But it was along the lines of that she will show the receipts and everything. I'm like, well, when the hell is you going to do the shit? Because you keep on saying you want to show the receipts. So when is you want to do it? Like, I mean, just get the damn Dana, okay, and get this shit over with. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so Nikki starts popping off on Janelle. Janelle starts popping back off. Ford tries to take Nikki out and everything. Don tries to take Janelle out the other direction. And, Ford, he just walks away. He's completely over it because he doesn't want the unnecessary drama. Nikki, she's still going in or whatever, because she goes around to where Janelle is at and everything. And, they going back and forth, whatever. Next thing you know, Nikki grabs Janelle's wig. And, security comes through and everything. And I'm not going to lie. I think if security had not been in the way, Janelle might have would have done some shit. Because she flung that one security guard out her way. I was like, okay, Janelle. like I think had she been a little bit more ready, security would have gotten out. I mean, if security would have not been there, she might have would have done something with Nikki. I don't think that would have been an easy fight for Nikki. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Janelle was popping off or whatever, and her voice got deep out of nowhere. I was like, like, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes my voice get kind of deep too when I get real pissed off and I'm ready to, pop off on somebody. So, yeah, but I mean, her voice just got really deep. Like, I was just like, but yeah, I mean, I understand, Nikki going off and everything because, Forrest, her man or whatever, she's trying to protect him. She wants to be supportive of him, And, Janelle is coming off like a fraud right about now. You know what I'm saying? You haven't provided nothing to prove that you're this man's cousin. You know what I'm saying? So, I understand where, Nikki was coming from. I mean, did she do a little bit too much? Yeah, maybe, especially when Don took, Janelle out or whatever, and, Nikki came out or whatever and came to where Janelle was at, but I'm pretty sure, that was all productions doing and everything, because, I mean, Janelle was just sitting there outside. It wasn't like, she got in her car and, left and everything, so, I mean, that whole shit was probably set up by production, but, yeah, I mean, what else can I say? That pretty much was the episode, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys come back, and I will see you guys in the next video. Y'all let me know who y'all thought would have won between Janelle and Nikki. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.